Yeah, good morning, everyone. I just thought I'd start by giving a little background on NBC. We've been trading for over 30 years and working in the hospitality sector for virtually all that time. We initially working with the PABX vendors installing telephony cabling, then moved into IT cabling when the first rollouts of PMS and EPOS were deployed in the late 1990s. We were introduced to INTEREL a few years ago by Brian Steele, who we've known from his Thistle Hotel days in around 2004. We felt becoming the UK partner for INTEREL would give a natural progression from our core IT cabling business, and we've recently started working on our first GRMS installation. The hotel is a very unique property, and it's called Chateau Denmark. It's directly linked to the new Outernet building by Tottenham Court Road Tube Station. It will have 57 session rooms. It doesn't do bedrooms. And will be a mixture of 1 and 2 bedroom units, with a number of them having separate lounges and kitchen spaces. The property has a very unusual footprint, including multiple townhouses, some of them having a listed status, and a new build area where the hotel reception and 14 bedrooms will be sited. Looking at the scope of the project, where there are typically 5 or 6 different room types for a 200 or 300 bedroom hotel, on this project, there are 35 different room types for just the 57 session rooms. And moving to some of the technical detail, the HVAC infrastructure varies in virtually all buildings with a mixture of VRV and 4-pipe systems for the air conditioning. And here we're controlling a mixture of PICV valves, RTD relays, and condenser Modbus gateways. And for the low temperature hot water, this is supplied by either central plant or localised gas boilers in the listed townhouses. Here we're controlling actuators on the underfloor heating manifolds. There are also MVHR units in multiple town buildings, and here we're activating these on guest presence along with the bathroom extract fans. Moving into the lighting, a very high-end lighting design has been completed, and we're controlling the whole of the 57 session rooms. With this, there's a mixture of switched lighting, mains dim lighting, and Dali lighting. And with the larger 2-bedroom units, we have over 100 Dali ballast to be addressing and controlling. There's one other important point I'd like to make that we're controlling as well, which is a mains power radial, which will be typically used for clothes iron or hair straighteners in the rooms. This circuit is only energised via guest presence in the room, which will offer obviously an energy saving, and in the case of it accidentally being left on, will offer a fail-safe for that. The in-room infrastructure. Everything that the system needs to control at room level needs to be cabled back to the RCU. The RCU is a room control unit, which is the brains for each guest bedroom. The RCU itself is fed via an IP network connection and has multiple relays embedded in it, along with digital and analog inputs and Modbus outputs for the glass plates and expansion modules to connect to. As with most projects, we're using additional expansion modules for the extra relay contacts, mains dim, Dali lighting, and we also have temperature hubs that the underfloor heating probes are connecting to. And now how to make the room function as the hotel would like. A control function sheet has to be compiled for each room type. This maps out every single input, such as a presence detection or glass button on every glass plate, and it maps out every single output as well, such as the AC relays, doorbells, and all the light fittings on there. This is then converted into a logic file by the INTEREL team, and this is uploaded onto the RCU itself. The glass plates. Like most customers I've shown the glass plates to, I think these are one of the real strengths of the INTEREL solution. The plates are all bus wide in Cat6 cable from the RCU using an RS485 protocol to communicate. They are fully customisable, both in terms of aesthetics and functionality. The colour of the plates, the icons, the font, hotel logos can all be customised to suit. And on this project, we work closely with the hotel operator and the interior designer to ensure they're both intuitive and blend into the decor for the property. We have 12 different plates on the project, controlling room status, HVAC, and the 4 lighting scenes, with most of the plates having integrated presence detectors which help to confirm guest occupancy within the suites. A point on this with the guest presence. Scanning the room after the door has been opened can detect if the room is vacant, and a first stage exit can be triggered, for example, to reduce the HVAC temperature. Then a second scan after another set period of time will reconfirm there's no guest presence within the room, and the system can then, for argument's sake, turn off the lighting. Clearly, this logic will realise a good energy saving for the hotel without impacting on any guest experience. And then typically in the bathrooms, due to moisture, we would never normally put a glass plate. So to overcome any issues of people falling asleep in the bath without having any lights on, we put IP-rated presence detectors in there, so we can then scan the whole of the room space, bathrooms, living rooms and bedrooms, etc. Moving on to the GRMS server and integrations. The INTEREL software has been hosted on a virtual machine on site, and all the RCUs can be monitored and interrogated from the server. And then naturally INTEREL have remote access then for their ongoing support for the project. The integrations are key to ensure the system works both correctly and efficiently, but also enhances the guest experience. The first of several integrations I'd like to talk about is one to the BMS system, which on this project is a Tritium Niagara, which is supplying about 50% of the suites. INTEREL will be providing data points over a Modbus IP link, and we're providing data points for the room vacant, checked in, guest presence, D&D make-up room, where the INTEREL RCU is on or offline, the current room temperature, the guest set point temperature, and finally the AC mode, whether that's auto, economy mode off, and the fan speeds, etc. The next integrations are where Nonius are key. They're so important to making both the systems talk and enhancing the guest journey. As you'll see on the images on the slide, the HVAC, lighting and temperature and also room state can be controlled by the Nonius user interface, as well as obviously from the INTEREL glass panels themselves. And now moving on to more details on the integration gateway for this project. Nonius is linking the GRMS system to the door locking system, the PMS system and the housekeeping platform. With the door locking system, the card reader is embedded into the INTEREL corridor panel. This corridor panel also has the room name, the hotel logo, room status, as well as a bell button on it. The main advantages of the integration with the door locking, we can ascertain who's entered the room, whether that's staff or guest, and whether the door has been opened from the inside. A nice touch that INTEREL can program is on the guest cards. They can trigger different scenes, whether that's lighting and or HVAC. This is for the guest first entry into the room and then all their subsequent entries into the room. And then with the housekeeping and maintenance cards, we can trigger different scenes so that the light bulbs can be checked and the HVAC can be checked for operation, and then obviously to aid with cleaning for the housekeeping staff. The housekeeping cards can also be programmed to deactivate all the glass plates within the room, so they can then be polished then, without actually changing any of the settings within the guest bedrooms. With the no-cost integration, this will pass through the D&D and make up room status for each room, which we're very hopeful will be a very helpful tool for the staff, because this is a very large footprint hotel and it should obviously give them a good time saving over the next few years on the project. And then finally, we have the Muse PMS integration. Upon guest check-in, welcome scenes can be activated within the rooms, which will obviously then be deactivated upon guest checkout. I think that's probably about all I've got to say on it. Obviously, I've had to go through a lot of details quite quickly on it. Now I'll hand you over to Helmut, who will give you a bit more input on the INTEREL system itself.
Okay, thank you, Stuart. And yeah, from this extraordinary project and case study, we want to proceed to basis solution and future-oriented smart solutions. First of all, a quick overview and about INTEREL. Yeah, well, INTEREL was founded in 1984 Since approx 15 years, we are purely involved in hospitality business. We do GRMS systems. The company is actually based in headquarters in Dubai. Production is in Italy. And there's a selection of our customers. And we are sure we know what we do, referring to the experiences. And Brian mentioned it with HDNG. We are a member of HDNG as well, and received a lot of awards actually, and very proud of this. And so, starting from the smart room to smart buildings, for sure. One of our key products is our smart thermostat. You will hear in the following slides a bit more of these. But the idea is behind to get connected via this smart thermostat all the other environments. So you see a few of them, and they are permanently increasing. All these sensors are increasing. I think all of us are aware of this, and so it needs an infrastructure and additional, a big request not to add additional items, additional infrastructure. That's a big topic, and from our point of view as well. And so what does it mean? This smart thermostat is finally the hub to get connected with our RCU and get connected with all the things around. And the further core product next to the thermostat is definitively the door lock. You heard about from Richard from Azabloy. There are actually a lot of thousands existing rooms we finalized together, and INTEREL by itself there are existing 100,000 of rooms and references. The idea is behind to get this functionality connected via Zigbee or via BLE, and there are behind, you saw it at the presentation from Richard as well, there are behind a lot of events which are in a both way direction. And the idea is behind to improve these solutions, and it's definitely a proven use case with this solution. And of course there are two ways. Either use a wired network, well, I think it's more or less gone, but to use a separately wireless network, you have to build up a separate infrastructure. This infrastructure is already built in with our solution, included in our thermostat, in our intelligent thermostat, and the connectivity between the thermostat itself and the door lock. And of course, with this solution, it's possible to reduce all the things around, including the operational cost as well. Our energy management system, for us, it's very important not only to deliver solutions for the door lock integration. With our system, we are able to cover all the things around. You will see it in the following slides, but especially maybe to highlighting out this the energy management system. With this energy management system, it's possible really to deliver and to provide you with a lot of benefits around, and that's finally our goal to deliver these solutions. One of the ideas behind to know exactly what happens in the room. So means, is the room occupied? Is the room booked, occupied? If there is presence there? If there is someone coming in, coming out, or going out, and all these things around, and of course to integrate further solutions to avoid a lot of following up damages. You heard about for sure about the topics with leak detections and so on, and that's very easy to avoid with our solutions. yeah, I mentioned it, the wireless communication which is already built in. We called it Connect Be Smart. It's definitively by default. Doesn't matter if you want it or don't. And with this solution, we deliver additional our IaaS strategy and the SaaS. What does it mean? With this solution, you have already in a lot of benefits, a lot of future-oriented solutions. Doesn't matter if you want to deal with this, if you want to integrate these solutions already now, from starting from the project or following up, the infrastructure is existing and that's it. And yeah, maybe a quick step to this great property. Referring to the GRMS system, Brian mentioned it. There would be really a lot of a lot of options and possibility to increase and to improve these solutions. I think so, or I'm pretty sure. An absolutely new product, and therefore behind a new solution, it's our EOS energy operational system. This is actually a thermostat, as you can see. But not only a thermostat, it's an all-in product. So that means, Stuart mentioned it with our RCU. I mentioned it before, we have two core products or two core solutions. That's the thermostat and the door lock. It's always combined. And the third part is this room control unit. By the way, it's possible to look this and to present you the solutions there. We have two demo cases as Employer combined with our demo case, so it's possible to present it to you. But there is already, let's say it, this RCU unit integrated in this one single device. It's a one single device which enables to fulfill the requests in not only in hotel rooms, not only in new buildings, in existing and in new buildings. Depends on the solution, of course, and the requirements. Yeah, and we are really proud to receive our first Red Dot Award for this product, because actually most of the products are not visible because they are built in distribution boxes and so on. The only topic we can see are our blades. Yeah, and with this solution we deliver additional apps. For us, it's important to get this integrated and not to have to provide additional apps by our side. It's already in. It's part of SDK solutions and so on. And yeah, it's a bit similar as it is with other Employer. There are a lot of existing collaborations with a lot of third parties to enable and to enhance all this information. And I mentioned it. It's not only a thermostat. You can see it. It's possible to increase the solutions. Depends on the requirements. Always based on the property. But it's, as mentioned, it's a standard alone product. Yeah, and with this one, with the INTEREL OS, that's pretty new. It's our operational system that's behind. We combined these topics, EOS, the one single unit, our EMS, energy management system, and our GRMS, gastro management system. And our OS delivers the platform and that's very important, with open APIs and with these services add-on, and to enable to integrate all these things. And well, it sounds sometimes always easy and simple to get such things integrated, but believe me, it's really sometimes a nightmare to integrate all these things that's related to different topics around, and to get all these things to fit them together. But we are really experienced, and in general you can say there are experiences with the biggest HVAC suppliers, PMS suppliers of course as well, and if there are not existing collaborations, and if this should be a request, of course we need a lead time to enable to fulfill this request. But that's it, and that's our infrastructure, and to work with INTEREL means not only to rely on a GRMS supplier. It means a bit more. It means a solution provider which guarantee you the functionality of the property, because you've seen before the brands which relies on us, and so far we are still in all these, and this was only a small selection. So far we haven't lost any chain. So obviously the customers, and that's the most important topic, are happy with us. And one important topic is as well to enhance the guest experience, and with all these integrations it's possible to deliver these solutions, because for the guest end of the time we all of us are depending on the satisfaction of the guests. So we have to deliver simple and smart solution, and that's possible with our products and solution behind. I mentioned it, the common software platform. You can a bit compare it to Apple, of course. It's more or less the same strategy behind, and to get all these things combined, of course, we mentioned it, the smart lock interfaces, but this topic HVAC is really a big topic as well, what's going on with this? A powerful API. We are the opinion it's very important to deliver these solutions, and this powerful API enable a lot of things around. Especially I would highlight out in that case from the operator point of view to deliver definitively more benefits for the guests and for the users, and not only for them, for if you look to other properties, not only to hotel rooms and so on, for different tenants and different property units as well. So to enable this solution, doesn't matter if you own this or if you rent a property, and I think that's an important message as well. We started with smart room solution, and we end up with a smart apartment solution. Doesn't matter which property is behind and which request is behind, we are able to fulfill these requests and a bit more of this, especially to be future oriented, to enable to deliver the IoT infrastructure behind, and finally to bring in our expertise to enhance all the things around, and especially to reduce energy costs, to reduce operational costs. And I think that's it. And if there should be any topic, I know it was pretty fast, but it's related to the to the short term, and not to the short term, to the time slot. So we are at your disposal, of course, and happy to support. Yeah. Thank you.